All right. 3 dynamics to apostasy. That is the abandonment of our allegiance and duty to God, God's authority. We talked about rebellion, the carnal mind. We talked about confusion, how we love to be confused as religious people. The third one is pretense, a form of godliness. And you see this, you just cut on television evangelists, and you'll see pretense up one side and down the other. I don't know what it is. I mean, it just, we love pretense of religion. We love a good show. We like to be entertained, do we not? We love to be entertained as religious people. We really do. And there's all types of pretense out there. One is the erudite, the intelligentsia. Sometimes we're impressed with this type of pretense. And let me illustrate it for you. In order to do it, you got to put on some glasses and put them on the very end of your nose to get this right, like this. Because you got to look spiritual. And this looks spiritual, right here, spiritual, And you say things like, well, Jesus said, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. Well, I don't know about that. Put your lips out, stuff like that. And a lot of people will, man, that guy's really spiritual. I like that. Man, that's some good stuff there, But all of this is pretense. And I've actually heard that somebody, I don't know if they were kidding, but they told me that that in seminary class, sometimes they actually teach you how to talk spiritual. How to pronunciate your words and how to say words a certain way and how to seem, a very spiritual. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but it probably is. In other words, they teach about pretense. How to look religious, Then you have, all kinds of pretense out there. Then, you ever heard the screamer? The screamer? God has a ram in the thicket, and I'll tell you, he went up, he did not go down. That's pretense. They keep you awake anyway. They keep you awake. And then you have the Gaspars. The Gaspars. The Gaspars, you ever heard the Gaspars? They're driving me crazy, the Gaspars. But, it's something like, let me try to get this right here. God should let the spiritual sheet come down upon your head and let you die in your sin and go to hell. And you ever know the Gaspars, they never say anything. You can listen to that whole gasping episode and you think, oh, well, okay, what did he say? He didn't say anything. People love this stuff. My mother tells about some ignorant woman said her minister could jump 2 feet off the ground. Yeah, 2 feet off the ground. Yeah. And see, here's the problem. The pretense becomes the center of worship. The pretense becomes the center of worship. Now, all those 3, I didn't just make those 3 up. I've actually heard those 3 illustrations. I just took their words and the way they said them. I'm just mimicking the pretense of religion that I have heard, of preachers I've heard. And I know people say, well, you shouldn't make fun of other religious people, but well, why not? Why not? Why not? I think that a lot of what you see on TV, that a lot of these men were Hollywood bound, men and women. They were Hollywood bound. Hollywood rejected them, and they turned to religion as a means of expressing themselves. Now, if you're a man of God and you're sincere and that's not you, then you're not going to be offended by that. But if you are offended by that, I hope you are. Because, I just really think it's time for us as the lay people, and I really do consider myself a lay person. I never wanted to be, a preacher. Didn't ask for that. Didn't sign up for that. Didn't desire that. Didn't want that. Okay. But I think it's time for us, the lay people, just to start standing up and say, hey, we're not putting up with this hogwash anymore. And just walk out. Just walk out. All of the pretense, all of the pablum, all of the nonsense that you hear out there, all of the silly way of talking and the silly way of dressing and the robes and the, just downright silly. We ought to just abandon some of this stuff and say, I'm not tolerating this stuff anymore. Okay. So the danger here in this third dynamics of apostasy is pretense. It dominates our culture, by the way. The pretense becomes the center of worship. Not what the man says, not what the man preaches, not what the Bible says. The pretense becomes the center of worship. Okay, next time we're going to talk about the theology of apostasy. The theology of apostasy.
Is that really in the Bible? What you think is in the Bible is not.